Hey, everybody out there. This is Joe Pasquali with Copper Canyon. Welcome to another Cigar Chat Live. Hope everybody's having a great day out there. If you're up here in the Midwest, it's very, very cold. So hopefully you're inside staying warm, maybe having a stogie somewhere awesome, or again, just surviving. I am joined today with DeWayne Blazek from Oliva Cigars. Hello, DeWayne.
How we doing, Joe?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Besides the less than stellar weather that we have right now, I'm doing pretty good. I think we're all just getting through it.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was living in a deep freezer. This is wild.
It is wild, and it's not just the cold. Obviously, we had a ton of snow up here in Indiana, and really all parts of half of the country. Just had a ton of snow. That hopefully everybody's safe out there. Stay safe, stay home, smoke cigars, drink whiskey, play video games, all that good stuff. Yeah,
I'm good at most of those things.
Yeah, and I like to do them even if I'm not good at them. So Dwayne's joining us live. Hopefully, you're out there on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. If you have any questions, hit us up. We're gonna be live here for the next 30 minutes or so. We do have an event tonight at our St. Joe location with Oliva Cigars. The ashtray you see here in the middle of the table right now, we're going to give away this standing stinky ashtray tonight. We have free cigars to give away tonight. We have swag, travel case, cutters. I think a few different items to give away tonight.
Yeah, I've got a few tabletop lighters. I've got some of our new hats, some of the old favorites. I brought about a small neighborhood store's worth of cigars to try and give away. So the more you buy, the more I'm just going to throw at you. And I mean,
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. And then after we go live today, we are going to film another episode of Cigar Chat, Copper Canyon Cigar Chat. So look for that in the next week or so. We'll get the full episode out there. We're going to talk about our top 5 soups. So our top 5 favorite soups. Great soup season, obviously. I mean, I eat soup year round, but obviously it's soup season. And then our bottom 5 zoo animals. I was trying to find different bottom 5s to talk about, and obviously I didn't want to do 2 different food things this week. Then we get caught up in a couple other subjects, and I thought, well, zoo animals, we can have some varying opinions on that. So I'm excited to hear about what animals you don't want to see at the zoo.
I've got a couple ones that are going to be kind of polarizing, and I'll be honest with you. When you sent me bottom 5 zoo animals, I was like, Joe's going to make it seem like I kick puppies. Like, this is awful.
Well, I think it's hard too. I talked to my wife last night, and everybody's zoo is different, right?
Oh yeah.
So certain animals that we might have at our zoo or our zoo experience might be very different than other people's zoo. I think we're very blessed in Fort Wayne. We have a very, very good zoo.
Yes.
Top-notch zoo. And when people travel here to Fort Wayne, they always compliment the zoo. It is awesome. And then you go to zoos in other cities that aren't as good, and you're like, oh, it's kind of like a not good zoo. Yeah, it's kind of sad.
When I was younger, when we would travel for like family vacations, they would always find like either a nice aquarium or like a good zoo or something, and that way my sister and I had something to do on the vacation too. It wasn't just the kids are along for the ride type thing. So very blessed with that. My parents actually gave me a good childhood despite how I act today.
That's good. That's good. Cigar wise today, for the live, we are going to be smoking the Oliva Nub Cameroon.
Yeah.
Which I know for you, this cigar kind of holds a special place for you personally.
Yeah. So this cigar in particular, everybody has their start. Everybody gets their start somewhere within cigars. Mine, when I turned 18, I wanted to do all the things you could do when you turned 18. So I lost money on scratch-off tickets. I bought a pack of Marlboro Reds, smoked 2 of them, and thought I was going to die. Was hanging out with a buddy, and he had a pack of blueberry swishers, and smoked some of those. We smoked like Black and Milds and Backwoods, the machine rolled stuff, and walked into a cigar shop, and Mickey was the guy's name. It was actually Mr. B's in Avon, and he handed me one of these, said, hey, you're trying to get into the premium cigar world, this is the way to start it. And I mean, obviously full circle, fast forward 10 years, I'm sitting in Nicaragua, employed by Oliva, but sitting in the rolling facility lighting one of these up. So it's fun going full circle and still enjoying that first cigar.
Yeah, no, and it's also, I'm using also an accessory gaming today. So you guys also, Oliva has a partnership, or again, the relationship was
bought them.
You bought. So let's find Lames. Lemes.
I'm going to tell you right now, I call it LFL because
that's perfect.
I butcher that name, and I do not want to butcher that name because me stumbling through that name does not do the product justice.
Les Fine. Lemis.
We have guys that say laughing lambs and stuff. I'm
Okay,
like,
that
I'm like,
works too.
okay. I'm like,
great accessories. Check them out. I'm using one of their new single torches right now. It's got the rest. It's got the punch on it. I do like a lot of the accessories. I feel like anymore, people almost demand at least a punch. The cigar rest is becoming a big thing, which is weird. When did that happen? When did the cigar rest on a lighter become a thing?
I think part of that really has to. I think one of the people that we really got to kind of touch back on with that is Drew Estate, because Drew Estate did a lot of with their freestyle packs initially when they first came out. They all had that little water tower cigar stand thing with like all of them. So it wasn't really a common accessory that people thought about. And then that kind of brought it more into the mainstream. Something where if you're outside and you're sitting on your patio and you don't care about ashing wherever, you don't have an ashtray, it's somewhere to set it so it's not just rolling around on the table or whatever. Sure. But yeah, I'm using another one. That's the triple torch. And it's got that awesome, like almost McLaren looking blue or blue. Orange.
Orange. Yeah.
You know,
I like it.
Colors are hard.
Yeah. So the camera, let's talk about the actual cigar. So with Oliva, again, and we're trying to educate everybody out there. So for us, we've both been to cigars for a long, long time, but we kind of had a conversation on the phone earlier. I feel like if some people are getting newer into, they're newer into cigars, or maybe not newer, but let's say they got into cigars 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever it is. I think there are some brands that, we grew up always knowing it's a big brand. That's a well-renowned brand. They got great cigars. They got great tobacco. Like Oliva's always been one of those brands for me. I know has amazing cigars, but no offense, like not like the flashiest company.
No,
just make great stuff.
Yeah.
Like Padron's not a flashy company.
No,
right? But like, so I think if somebody newer into cigars might never pick up a Padron because maybe they don't see Padron doing stuff on social media. Maybe they don't see Padron doing events in a local shop because Padron doesn't really do events. So if you're newer into cigars, maybe you don't, unless you have an event at your local place with somebody like DeWayne or somebody steers you onto it. It might be one of those cigars that somebody doesn't find because if they've only been in cigars for 5 or 6 years, maybe they just haven't found it.
Yeah. I mean, so I got to give credit where credit's due. Our marketing team, like Laura, shout out. She's our marketing team is knocking it out of the park. We've been revamping a lot of the lines. I know you've seen the new packaging with the nubs. We went from that like just a plain wood box. It kind of blends in with the rest of the humidor too. Now it's a bright white box with a big solid color stripe based on the blend, and trying to, because I feel like we do kind of, there's a lot of brands that kind of just get lost in the mix, because especially when you have, such as Copper Canyon, you guys have so many different options, such a well curated humidor that it's easy to get lost. Especially as a newer smoker, or even somebody that just has their standby favorites.
Sure.
We've done that. We moved the band on the canes. So we used to have a foot band. Now we have actually where it belongs.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to just revamp the image a little bit.
Well, and for me, I think it happened, a week or two ago. I had a guy come in and he said the humidor is like, I just need a great cigar, want something smooth, but with some body, just need a great cigar. Just had a promotion at work. I'm looking to celebrate with a great cigar. And so immediately where I'm at in the humidor, I'm looking, I was like, oh, well, we got the Padron anniversaries here. He's like, oh, I never really smoked Padron. I was like, okay. And then we're talking, and I was like, oh, we got this Ashton, or we got this, or that, whatever Z. And then he just randomly, he's like, what's that cigar? And he pointed at a Milano. And I was like, Oliva Milano? And I immediately, in my head, was like, this guy's never heard of like a Oliva Milano. And I thought, because again, he came in and he knew some stuff, but that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, no matter where anybody's at in their cigar journey, if they've never been exposed or never had, again, I take for granted, I assume everybody knows that smokes cigars has had a Milano at this point, or a nub, or something like that, or a V, whatever. Like, I assume you've had, there's like these staples of the industry that like you assume everybody's smoked. Like, I assume it. I'm like, you can't assume that everybody has that level of knowledge, that level of experience with everything, because maybe they just stick to this.
Yeah.
They never branched out.
Some people have their go-tos, and that's what that you have the guy, I'm an Ashton smoker. I smoke Ashton. I'm a Fuente smoker. I smoke Fuente. I smoke this. What? Okay, cool. And then that person may have been smoking for 20 years and they've never even looked in the direction of a Melanio, of any whatever the brand may be. I mean, last night I did another event last night, and I had a guy who has been smoking for about 5-6 years now. He's been smoking the Connecticut Reserves, and I'm sitting there smoking a Melanio, and he goes, "What's that?" And I went vapor lock for a second, because like it was just, this dude's been talking cigar nerd with me all night, and then that to come out of the blue threw me off. So just threw me off my game for a minute.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you get those moments where you get, oh, okay. And Rex and I talked about this on the episode. You have that moment, and then sometimes you have the moment where a guy hits you with a ton of knowledge, and you go, "Oh, you're a cigar geek. Like, that's cool. Like, I didn't realize it. I had no idea what to expect."
And the thing is, I run into those guys a lot when, like, my wife and I will, wherever we end up at, we'll end up at a cigar shop or something, and I've been very lucky that we find guys like that. And my wife, she's pretty over it, because that just means that if I run into somebody like that, we're not doing anything for the next 20-30 minutes. I'm standing here geeking out with somebody like-minded, because it's like finding a unicorn, man.
It is, and it is fun. You get excited to meet those people and geek out about stuff that you both love. I keep getting caught up and forgetting. So we are smoking the Nub Cameroon. For you guys, the Nub line, I feel like, is a big line for Oliva.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you look at my top, like, let's say top 5 SKUs that we sell, obviously the V's up there, the Melanios up there. The Nub Connecticut is actually, like, it's one of my top 5 sellers, period. I mean, it's approachable. It's got a great flavor for the experienced smokers too. It's a Nicaraguan Connecticut. It's not a crazy light. It's actually got some flavor to back it up, because there's some Connecticut's, I'm not going to be specific because I'm not getting fired, but
yeah,
but there's some Connecticut's where it just tastes like sucking air through a straw.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. It was Nate and I, or Rex and I, said, not your father's Connecticut type of thing. Like, not that, not that boring Connecticut. I think was the adage for the industry for a long time, when people thought, well, Connecticut's just gonna be mild with no flavor, just something to puff on that's not gonna have any spice. Then you get these Nicaraguan Connecticut's that have a lot of body and a lot of flavor and a lot going on with them. And I think it's fun to find somebody that's not a Connecticut smoker and then get them onto a Connecticut, and then they're like, oh, I didn't know I liked Connecticut's.
I love messing with people's heads when it comes to that kind of stuff, because you find, and the opposite's true as well. You find Maduros that are not just crazy strength bombs.
Mm-hmm.
You find the ones that are like that. They've got that cocoa tone to them. They've got an underlying sweetness to them. They're probably at medium to medium plus at best. And you get the guy that would never touch one, but he's a hardcore Habano smoker. And you throw one of those in his hand, and you just watch him go, oh my God, I think I like Maduros. It's like, it messes with people. It gets people to try new things too.
It's like if you have a friend, and I'll call him out. So again, Nate, who was on one of our previous episodes, this was a lot of years ago, 10 plus years ago. We went to a very nice steakhouse here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they had a special on the menu that was some type of filet and sides. It was great. So it comes around, we're all ordering. We're like, yep, I'll take the filet. It's filet. How do you want cooked? Everybody's medium rare, medium rare, medium rare, medium rare. Nate's the last guy at the table. Well done. Well done.
Dude, you might as well order ketchup.
And so we all stopped. We all stopped, and we were like, Nate, what are you doing? Like, what? Well, I've always ordered my steaks well done my entire life. That's how my whole family eats our steaks. And I think I looked at him again. This was some years ago. So I was like, oh, so for the last 31 years, you've never eaten a steak. That's what I said to him. He's like, what are you talking about? And so we just said,
throw a wrench right in his gear.
We did. And so no. So he ended up saying, you know what? I'll take a medium rare. And he ate that filet, and it changed his life. And now he always orders the steaks medium rare. And he said, I had no idea what I was missing out on. And so there is that adage where, again, people sometimes are afraid to try something they're not used to, or they have this perception of something they're not going to like. And yeah, maybe if you're a mild smoker and you do try that more robust Maduro or San Andreas or whatever, maybe you won't like it. maybe you won't. But I think a lot of us would say that most of the time, your cigar experience, a lot of times, is the actual experience, who you're with, where you're at,
Absolutely.
what you're drinking with it, what you had to eat, all that stuff, to where you might even have a cigar that you wouldn't normally like, but if with the right company, the right people, like all of a sudden you go, man, that was great.
There's been a few times where I've smoked a cigar that I just did not like, and was like, I'm never going to smoke that again. It wasn't for me. And sitting at like an event or a party or something, and your buddy just hands you a cigar. I'm not paying attention. I'm mid conversation. He just like, hey man, you want a stick? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I grab it. And I'm not even looking. I'm cutting. I cut it and I light it and I take a puff. I'm like, man, that's all right. Did you swap the bands on this thing? Because like you have that epiphanous moment of, hey, maybe that cigar didn't suck. Maybe I was just not in the right headspace for it.
Correct. And I will say that. I mean, obviously, we want, with the right humidor, the right experience. You want everybody to have the best experience the first time, because sometimes with a certain cigar, there's not going to be a second time.
Right.
If somebody has a bad experience with a cigar, they're going to say, I smoked that. I did not like it. I'll never smoke that cigar again. And so, again, we have a giant selection in our stores and on our website. So I'm not going to like push it again, because then somebody's bought 2 cigars they don't like, if that happens. But I will say to somebody, oh, well, I think that is a really good cigar. Maybe that's not your flavor profile, but like, I enjoy it. Maybe, I don't want to say I'll try to sell it to them again, but I will say, like, I would not write off a cigar on one experience. Yeah.
One of the big things too, one of the challenges on being a rep, it's just part of our job. You find the guys, like you have to, it's almost like matchmaking. You got to find the right cigar for the right person, because there's times that, because here's the thing, let's say you're a new smoker and your first experience is you come to an Oliva event and I recommend a cigar that is wildly inappropriate for a beginner smoker. You may never try cigars again because you had a bad experience the first time. I'm not trying to sell you that cigar. I'm trying to sell you on the next one.
I 100% agree. And that's why I think we all use the adage, like, it's the right cigar for the right person, not the most expensive cigar. That's what we're trying to find. Do we have a question from the gallery?
Yeah, we have Jesus Fabian came on and said, got to give some sticks a third or fourth chance. Some are good in fall, summer, or with more or less people or mood you're in.
Okay. Hey, Jesus, ask him if he's going to be at the event tonight. I assume he'll be at St. Joe. Or I just asked him. So hopefully we see you at St. Joe tonight. Swing on by. Again, the event kicks off at 5. DeWayne and I will both be there. We poured this, and we haven't got to sip it yet. Thanks to our friends at Barrel Proof Liquors here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I think actually technically they're in Huntertown, but they're right on the north side of Fort Wayne. They're getting more stores every day. So Barrel Proof Liquors, thank you. We are drinking the Evan Williams single barrel, which is pretty awesome right here. Evan Williams single barrel. I have had this whiskey before. It is a good whiskey.
I've not had this one. I've had a lot of Evan Williams, but not this particular one.
It's good. It's really good. It's nice. And I think it's like sub $40 a bottle for the single barrel.
See, that's the thing. Good whiskey doesn't have to be expensive.
No.
Not all expensive whiskey's good.
Correct. There's a lot of similarities in the cigar and the bourbon industry. We've all talked about this before. I mean, it's not always the price tag that denotes the quality. It just denotes what somebody thinks they can get somebody to pay for it, usually. But Evan Williams, so Barrel Proof tomorrow, actually at their store off, down Lima Road, Copper Mine Passage. They're doing an actual Evan Williams tasting at their store tomorrow. So if you're local, head up there tomorrow afternoon. They're going to be doing Evan Williams tasting at their store. They got the single barrel and a couple other selections, so they're going to be having fun doing that tomorrow.
I know I'm spending the night up here. I may hit some accounts and go swing by. You might see me there too.
There you go. Yeah, thank you again. Really good whiskey. Again, we're smoking the Cameroon nub, which obviously pairs really well with bourbon. This is that in my opinion, medium body Nicaraguan with a lot of flavor that could pair with a lot of things. We do have another comment from the gallery.
Yeah, Jesus came back on and said he's at the hospital. His daughter was born last night. So I figured we could congratulate him.
Oh, congratulations.
All right. How about this? Is this a regular?
He is a regular, yes.
Well, how about this? Hey, congrats on your daughter. and I'll make sure there's a care package. We'll send a little care package as a welcome to the world
There you go.
for your daughter, man.
Yeah, maybe you named her Oliva. I'm just joking.
Please
don't.
do not
Please
do that.
don't. No, actually, I saw him like a week or two ago, and he told me, hey, he's gonna be having his daughter any day now, and then obviously they did. So congrats to the family on getting another one there, and yeah, we'll definitely have some cigars for you, man. We'll have them at St. Joe. So whenever you get to the shop next, we got you hooked up. So congrats there. So yeah, the Cameron medium body. Oh, we have another thing from the gallery.
Yep, we have Brian Bonke. See you both tonight. Oliva has a great sticks.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
And we will see you at the event tonight. So yeah, again, Cameroon, I think it's really medium, but a lot of flavor. And you guys do the nub line again. When I think of nub, I guess I think of that classic like 4x60 size, but the nub does come in like a few different sizes,
Oh
right?
my gosh, we have a laundry list of sizes, man. I mean, they're all about the same style. I mean, we have on the Cameroon, we do have a box pressed torpedo.
Oh,
that's kind of an oddball size for us. Imagine something this small. It's like 60, but I think it's like a 64 if I remember correctly. It's
Really?
a 464 T box press.
but it being a T and box press, even though it's a 64, it probably smokes more like a 54, I would think.
Yeah, it smokes. The experience of it is definitely different. I mean, we've got 354s, 466s, obviously the torpedoes. There's some oddball sizes that are online exclusives that I don't like talking about.
Right.
But 460 is kind of the bread and butter of the nub line, and I highly recommend if people try that and they like it, try the other sizes, because you may find that, kind of like we said earlier, right cigar, right person, you might find the size that fits better for your lifestyle. Because I mean, we got smaller rings, bigger rings, some that are a little bit shorter. I think there's we've even got flavored ones.
Yeah, you get the nub, the nuance line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Single, double, and triple roast. We use actual coffee. It's not like, we try and keep it as true to flavor as possible.
Sure.
They're sweet. They're not necessarily sweet all the way through. The sweetness does kind of wear off, but the flavor does not.
Right.
So
Yeah, I find that nuance line is that hybrid to where if you're not maybe into more traditional cigars, but you want a little bit of flavor, or if you're a guy that is into traditional cigars but you want to try something maybe outside your zone, the nuance line is that got those coffee notes and that coffee flavor to it, but it's not an overwhelming like sweet bomb like some flavor cigars can be.
No, because I mean, it's kind of like, to me, the way I describe it, the difference between the nuance and like your standard infused cigars is the difference between going and getting some mocha choca, whatever the hell, at Starbucks versus going to a traditional coffee shop and getting a true latte or a true cappuccino or something like that. You get more real flavors, not this one tastes like pistachio and raspberries. It's like, why are we here? Like if you wanted ice cream, go to Cold Stone. Like keep it out of my coffee.
Yeah, 100%. Again, thanks everybody out there that's watching on live. We're live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. We're gonna be doing these cigar chat lives pretty regularly. We have actually one tomorrow night. I'll be going live starting around 8:30 tomorrow night with some crazy cigar deals. We're gonna talk about some rare cigars, fun cigars. We're gonna be pairing and actually talking about anejos and cognac tomorrow night a little bit. So cognac, anejo, kind of a weird, interesting pairing with Fuente. Obviously, the whole thing. So we're talking anejos and fun stuff tomorrow night. So again, 8:30 tomorrow night live. Join us. And the deals we're gonna be running tomorrow night are literally going to be while I'm live. There will be deals that are only available while we're live. So snooze, you lose on that. What else we have from the gallery?
We have Jesus came back on and said the M&M is what I recommend a lot of friends that have smoked a couple of and want to really get into. Question: what is spicy on the Oliva side? I like some cinnamon type notes.
Something spicy.
Spicy said cinnamon notes.
So like more of the baking spice style.
Yeah.
So I would steer away from the O's. The O's are going to be more of like a black pepper kind of spice. The V series has a good amount, like the natural V has a good amount of like baking spices on the back end. Getting into,
Master Blend.
Master Blend would be flawless.
Yeah.
And
if you're going off of the selection I know we have in our humidors right now, obviously I'm saying Serie V or Melania Maduro. And anybody out there, like, I recommend, if you're not already, you got to start retrohaling your cigars when you can. I know it takes some use. You feel embarrassed like you're going to cough or hack on people, practice at home. But when you do retrohale, which again, and you're taking the smoke in and you're breathing it out through your nose, you pick up a million more different flavors that you wouldn't pick up when it's normally breathing out. So you might take a cigar. It's really fun. So like if you find somebody that's never if you find somebody that's never, they could have been smoking forever, right? And they've never retrohaled. They do it for the first time. It
looks
changes.
Like they got pepper sprayed too.
Well, it does, but it changes their life. And then they go, oh my God, I want to go back and smoke this cigar and retrohale. I want to smoke that cigar and retrohale, because they're going to pick up so many different flavors from doing that.
I will say the first time you retrohale, it is going to feel like you tried to breathe in underwater for a second.
Oh yeah.
But if you can push through that first one and do it again, it's kind of like when you go to a bourbon tasting and they tell you to take that sip and wash with it. So that way it kind of gets rid of that pain that you would feel from, like, well, pain's the wrong word, but the burn you would feel. Sure. It helps get rid of that and helps you acclimate. Yeah,
I actually read Half Wheel. Shout out to Half Wheel. They just covered their Puro Saber for the week down in Nicaragua. There's really great stuff about Oliva down there as well. And Steve Saka had a tour going on, and he was talking about retrohaling, and there were some people on tour that said they never retrohaled before. And the adage he said was, practice, just take a deep breath, like a normal deep breath, and try to breathe it out through your nose without opening your mouth. Just breathe out through your nose. He's like, that's retrohaling. Without smoking a cigar, that's the way to practice it. And then try it with a cigar and work from there. Again,
I love the odd explanations that this industry has, man. Yeah. Because like I have guys that are like, oh man, I can't smoke cigars because I'm worried about inhaling. And I'm like, well, you had a milkshake, right? And they're like, what? I'm like, you drank a milkshake through a straw? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, it's the same idea. You're not a psychopath. You don't, when you're drinking a milkshake through a straw, you don't immediately swallow it and allow that brain freeze to just absolutely destroy your day. You let it sit there for a second, you enjoy the flavor. So it's kind of like the same way. When you pull off a cigar, you let it sit there for a second, and instead of swallowing that milkshake, you blow the smoke out. And I've gotten so many people that would not smoke a cigar for the life of them that are like, I like milkshakes. I could do this. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to taste the same, but I mean, I guess if you get the right one, it might task the same. Maybe next episode we'll do like our top 5 milkshakes or something like that. Oh, drats, man. We're not. No, there's I've got one that's definitely on the bottom. It's bad. I didn't know there was like polarizing. I thought people, I mean, you would think with ice cream and sweets, people would just make stuff that tastes good. No, it's just a $27 milkshake from a place. Oh, yeah. Like Pulp Fiction. Yeah, it was awful. Well, how much that cost in that? It was like a $9 milkshake. I'm trying to remember. It's something that tells you how far we've gone in the times that $9 milkshake was considered ridiculous. Yeah, John Travolta's like, what's an $8 milkshake? And it's like, it's really good. He's like, for $8? And then he brings, he's like, that's a damn good milkshake. And you're like, oh, God, it would be like a $30 milkshake. Or something like I mean, the place that we got it from opened up down the street from one of the shops I used to work at, and it was, we were all excited because we got to go try it. And the guy that was all about it he was like, yeah, I want one too. And he went down, he got all of our milkshakes, came back, and he goes, he drinks his entire milkshake and then informs us that he's lactose intolerant. So yeah, he was a joy to be around the rest of the night. I bet. Yeah, that was probably terrible. Yeah. All right, we got one more from the gallery here.
Yeah, we had Nate Carden came on and said, great cigars, fan of the Nub Cameroon.
Oh, he probably missed us talking trash about his steak experience. Anyways, Nate, we did talk about how you eat steaks well done and how you eat steaks properly. So thanks for being here, Nate. Maybe we'll see you later. Hopefully you're feeling well. I know this morning he woke up a little groggy, like the rest of us. I think everybody's like half healthy right now. Yeah, everybody's running half speed for sure. Yeah, I know. Getting up this morning, the quad shot of espresso definitely helped kick me in the throat. that's the way to get going. Well, again, we're going to hop off here in a second. We're about to film another episode of Copper Cane Cigar Chat. So look forward to the next week or so. We do have the event tonight, 5 o'clock at the St. Joe location. DeWayne and I will be there. Stuff to give away. We're going to give away this really cool ashtray in the middle of the table. A bunch of other stuff tonight as well. So look for us tonight. DeWayne, do you have anything else for the audience out there?
I will say one of the big things that I brought for this one is still in the car.
Okay.
Every year we do advent calendars. So it's a 25 cigar sampler.
There you go.
I brought one that we're going to give away tonight.
Okay. We're going to call it the February calendar or the Easter calendar, whatever you want to call it. Just whatever. Just take the cigars out and smoke them whenever you want to smoke them.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine
We're
too.
going to call it the big cardboard box of stuffs.
Yeah. It can be for any month.
Classy.
There you go. So good. DeWayne Blazek from Oliva Cigars. I'm Joe Pasquali. Thanks everybody out there for joining us on Cigar Chat Live. Look for the episode. Look for all of our content out here, our Facebook, YouTube, our Instagram. Check out the website. Again, all boxes are always 20% off on the website. Tomorrow night, we're going live for another Cigar Chat Live, start around 8:30 with some crazy deals. So join me. We're going to be talking about whiskey, cognac, Añejo cigars, awesome stuff. I'll have a couple guests with me tomorrow night. So join me tomorrow night as well. Thank you, DeWayne. Everybody out there,
Thanks,
see you
guys.
tonight at St. Joe. Stay smoky.